Hello everyone, my name is Troy and welcome back to the KOTLC Fanbase. My voice is slowly leaving my body, so I'm going to try my best on this video to talk. Also, if you see anything different about my bookshelf, no you don't. Today, I'm going to be debunking KOTLC theories that you guys have commented on our videos. It is always so much fun reading through your comments and all of your theories because everyone has such diverse perspectives and different information on the series as they read, like picking up on different things. And so I'm going to be reading your theories as well as adding my own theories on top of them. Please do be sure to leave a like on the video if you do want to help support the channel, subscribe to our channel for more KOTLC videos, 3 every week, and share this video with one of your friends that's also a Keeper fan. Let's just get straight into the video. So let's start with Cinnamon Ruth. Okay, so quick dad theory. I know this is kind of far-fetched, but here it is anyway. I don't think Shannon would make Sophie's dad a random character we don't know, but none of them currently in the story makes sense to me. I think that her dad is a human. So Keefe running away to the humans could just be part of a major plot where he accidentally lets one of his elfy abilities slip. Sophie's human dad would know about elves in the lost cities as he donated his DNA to the Black Swan. He realizes Keefe is an elf and takes him in. Then he alerts the Black Swan, they might have left a way to contact him, and somewhere in that Sophie realizes he's her dad. This is such an interesting theory, and I think this is more plausible than a lot of the theories I hear about Sophie's dad because Mr. Forkle said Sophie's dad would be so earth-shattering to the elven world, and that would really be so earth-shattering because Sophie would be like an elf and human hybrid kind of, and I also have more to talk about later about how elves and humans are related. But I think it's also interesting how Keefe ties into this and how Keefe could trigger the events that will, establish who Sophie's dad is. We do know that Keefe has leaped to a random city, but that doesn't mean he's gonna stay in that city, and that doesn't mean he's going to try again and leap to another city on top of that. I think his main goal could be to go to London to find more about that green door that showed up in his memories and that man called, I think, Ethan. So that man that he was trying to recruit to the Neverseen, or Lady Giselle was trying to recruit to the Neverseen. And maybe he has something to do with more about Sophie's past or even the Neverseen's past. I think this is really interesting, and I think Shannon should definitely utilize more of that plot because I'm really interested to know more about this weird human family that's involved in the elven cities. Here's another comment from Julia. Here's my theory about Jolie being alive. I think that Jolie is Tinker, and here are my supporting facts. Tinker is deathly afraid of fire, and that would make sense if she was actually Jolie. It says when we first meet Tinker that even Mr. Forkle doesn't know who her identity is. Adeline, Jolie's mother, is sister to Julian Disney, who is mother to Dex, who is a technopath. So now we know that Jolie could have had enough dormant technopath genes that she could have manifested during the fire and escaped. I don't know if you can tell, but I'm struggling to say these theories because my voice is giving out. I think you have a lot of interesting points, but I think I'm going to disagree and debunk this theory. First of all, Jolie is a conjurer, so it's a very, very, very rare chance that Jolie would be a conjurer and a technopath. I just don't think it's possible, especially because the only people that we know having like 2 abilities are the ones with having polyglot as an ability, and Jolie wasn't a polyglot. Another thing is I believe Shannon talked about this at one of her conventions or her tours or events that she wouldn't be bringing Jolie back. So if she did bring Jolie back, it would be contradicting what she said earlier. I also think that Jolie being dead is such a pivotal plot point, and if Shannon just kind of revives her, all of the grief that Grady and Adeline suffered for 16 years would be for nothing. I also think that Jolie, being such a loving daughter and passionate person, shows signs of herself to her parents so they don't have to go through all this grief. I think that it's just too unrealistic in my opinion, but I do think that there's more to Tinker than we know, and I really hope that Tinker doesn't get put on the back burner, especially because we haven't seen her in 2 books, I believe. Here's a comment from Leah. Theory, Mr. Forkle hinted she might get another ability, so that means it would have to be known at least a little bit, but she's pretty unique, and Mr. Forkle also admitted that the elves/gnomes involved in Project Moonlark didn't fully know or understand her genetics enough to predict that she would get the enhancer ability, but it is officially recorded that she is the only enhancer at the time. To further prove my point, Sophie and Counselor Bronte are the only inflictors recorded, although something with Sophie being part alicorn might contribute to her weird genetics, so to recap, Sophie might get an entirely new ability. Now I think this theory is a bit disconnected, but I do think it brings up some great points and stuff that I have to add on to. First of all, Sophie is not part alicorn. Her DNA was modeled by alicorn DNA, however, and that's how she manifested the teleportation ability. And I don't really know if that's an official ability or even if I can use the term manifested, but it kind of happened in a similar way where she was just falling and that ability manifested, and so she was able to teleport in that moment. My camera died, so I got cut off, but to add on to what I was saying, I really like the point that Sophie's abilities are kind of unpredictable. You know, you can't really determine or make an 100% guarantee that an elf will get the ability that you want it to, no matter how much you manipulate with their DNA. And so I do think there might be one more ability in store in STELLARLUNE or either the 10th book that will help them to defeat the Neverseen. To add more onto this theory, Keefe manifested, his new abilities, and one of them is kind of like almost triggering / like feeling out others' abilities. And I feel like Sophie and Keefe haven't interacted since then, so what if when Keefe and Sophie reunite and Keefe maybe has more power over his abilities, he can sense and trigger that one final ability that Sophie may have. Further to add on to that, so that could help Sophie find out her dad, because what if, like, let's say Sophie manifested as a flasher and then Elwyn's a flasher, so it might match up. This is just my thinking about Sophie's potential new ability. Next up is Elizabeth. My theory is the whole book is going to be wasted on finding Keefe and the Neverseen win in the end of STELLARLUNE. So either the Neverseen planned for this or it's an unexpected advantage. Now, I agree and disagree with you on this theory. I really do agree that this is a plan by the Neverseen and Gisela to distract and pull away Keefe from the equation and Sophie with him while they can strike, and I do think that they're going to win, but I don't think a lot of the book is going to be wasted on Sophie finding Keefe. From the deleted lines I've seen and from the first 3 chapters, it does look like there's going to be some side plots going on as well at the very least, and based off of one of the deleted lines, I think that the Neverseen is going to make an appearance kind of quickly into the book and retaliate for what Sophie did in the end of Unlocked. So while I do think that maybe Lady Gisela orchestrated this plan and that the Neverseen will make one final win before they're defeated in the last book, I do think that Shannon is not going to waste our time and waste her time writing by just writing Sophie finding Keefe in the whole of STELLARLUNE. I hope that's not the case. What if Glimmer is one of the Vacker flashers? Hear me out. It seems like Glimmer is also a newbie. She was also in the newbie cave with Tam, so what if she went and joined the Neverseen when the troll thing happened because she was embarrassed of the Vacker legacy and she saw how powerful the Neverseen can be? Of course, this theory wouldn't work if Glimmer is someone younger. Now, I actually don't have a lot of qualms with this theory. I kind of support it in a way. I'm just a little bit hesitant because a lot of people are saying that Glimmer is young, but it could be interesting to see Lucia running away from her problems, joining the Neverseen because of how embarrassed she was in the failure of the trolls. So having Lucia Vacker on the Neverseen side is a way to have the trolls being subdued while the Neverseen try and take over the whole world, basically, because they're trying to take over the goblins, the trolls, the ogres, and the elves all in one swoop. This is actually really interesting because in the first 3 chapters of STELLARLUNE, Lord Cassius mentioned that he's in an assignment to reinstate the treaty between the trolls and the elves, and he's doing some investigative work with the trolls currently. And so this all kind of ties together Lucia Vacker, Lord Cassius, and the Neverseen. I think this could be really interesting to explore in STELLARLUNE. Last but not least, it is Gretchen. I think that elves and humans are related. After all, Sophie would have to look exactly like a human with the same organs and everything to fool doctors. The main difference is that humans don't have special abilities or skills, and elves do. Maybe they were the same, but someone had a genetic mutation that made them human, and when the first human had kids, maybe the mutation became more dominant and got passed down. Eventually, a new species formed. I think that the secret past has to do with Keefe's new ability. Vespera might have found out and wrote about it in her notebooks. After reading them, Gisela realized that some humans have abilities. They're just dormant. Gisela found a way for them to be identified and activated. Maybe the reason the triplets manifested that night was because they were near Keefe. Maybe Keefe being able to control people is how Gisela will form her army of easily dispensable humans. Ooh, this theory gives me chills. I love how detailed this is, and I love how it connects to the ending of the story. Lady Gisela making an army of elven-powered humans is just so crazy, and that would actually be a strong army to go against for the elves. Now, I completely agree that Keefe was the cause of the triplets' abilities being activated, but I'm not sure about all humans having dormant abilities. I do really think that elves and humans are related. And I think it's interesting how you bring up a genetic mutation because that could be true. I'm just wondering, why are humans and elves so alike? They are complete lookalikes, but their differences lie within their knowledge and, you know, their eye color and their abilities, which is really interesting to me. But I think that's gonna wrap up this video. It was so interesting to talk about some more STELLARLUNE theories, and I hope you enjoyed. If you did enjoy this video, please make sure to leave a big thumbs up. That would be so appreciated as we are nearing a STELLARLUNE. Make sure to subscribe down below for more theory videos. We're trying to do these more often as STELLARLUNE is coming soon. Comment down below some of your theories that we can include in a future video on STELLARLUNE. I'm so excited to see what you all have to come up with. Definitely follow our TikTok as well, where we're posting a bunch of fun content there. But that wraps it up from me. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you guys another time. Bye. Keep her out.